Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. Alright, so I have two more endeavors I need to spend before I depart. One thing I kind of forgot to consider is the fact that I usually depart with the White Lion set, which is heavy, and we do have Heat Wave here. So I'm going to go ahead and find fluid and see if I can at least make it so I can depart with heavy gear normally. I'll do that with Yorihime here, who apparently I forgot to drag out a picture for, and see if we can get her to depart as normal. If not, she'll probably have to go without armor, which kind of sucks. And I'm going to also be taking Shikieki, who hasn't been out in forever. Pretty much she got Orator of Death, and then I never used her again. And she got Orator of Death back in like year 2, I think, or something like that. So, yeah. She did lose an arm a while back, too. She does have dismembered arm, but she does have some good, decent fighting arts, and she is proficient in an axe. So I'm planning on using her, and she has the Butcher Cleaver, because I might as well use it, because it's sitting in my inventory. It's not going to do anything for anyone. Our newest recruit is Yuki, who's proficient in sword. In fact, I think she's specialized at this point. We'll go ahead and move her up here. And of course, as always, upon recording, my cat jumps on the desk. She comes out from sleeping to say hi. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do the 1d10 check for fine fluid. 6. That just barely. Okay, that is enough to do fine fluid. And it's not enough for everybody, but it's enough for one person with heavy gear to depart. So that means I can depart without losing all my survival. So that uses one of my endeavors. That leaves me with one endeavor left, which I said I was going to use for drums to increase someone's insanity. And that's going to be the plan. I think... So Shikieki right now is not insane. She needs to be insane to use the Butcher Cleaver. Yorihime needs insanity as well, if just to avoid dying. I do have a Raider of Death, which could give me another 2 insanity, which could be kind of useful. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 insanity towards Shikieki just to ensure she's insane. So we'll do that. So Yorihime is going to be a bit vulnerable, to say the least. And that's going to be it. As far as Yorihime's stats are concerned, she has Rhythm Chaser, which doesn't help her because she's wearing heavy at the moment. But she does have guitar. She'll get specialized and leveled up if she survives this one level 2 battle. 3 strength, 2 evasion, 1 accuracy, pretty standard stuff. So let's go ahead and get everything else set up. Renezuki has the pickaxe. I know everyone's cheering on Renezuki. He is one way or the other. He'll be done in about 2 more battles. Because I get 2 experience per battle against level 2s. My goal, of course, is to try to get him Axe Mastery. And that'll definitely solve that'll give him a good sending off. When he's retired, he's still vulnerable to being potentially killed, namely from the murder event. I mean, the reason why I've been leveling him is essentially to be bait for the murder event. So it is what it is. But he got his leg back. Thanks to the reward from the Butcher, so he has 5 movement, so he's at least able to move around again. We'll see if he can hold it up, though. So 7 in all locations, that should be accurate. Yep, got it. Then Yorihime is going to have 2 in all locations from the armor itself. Another 1 from armor wearing a full set, and then another 1 from Shrine. Cat, get off desk. Thank you. Alright. Shikieki has the cat is trying to jump on the desk again. It's going to be 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, I think it is. Yeah, for helmet and skirt. And then she gets another 2 from the armor bonus, full armor set bonus, and then another 1 from Shrine. And then, of course, we got Yuka, who's going to just have that. Okay, and then Departing Survival and Herbs will ensure that we get maxed out survival. Our max survival is 7 still, so we'll bring her up to 7. And of course, Renazuki has intracranial hemorrhage. He is like, from what I mean, intracranial hemorrhage, I believe, is like bleeding in the brain type situation. So he's been suffering for quite a while. No new disorders on any of our new, or well, not new, but I guess new hunters, I guess you can call them. Clutch Fighter, Rhythm Chaser, Orator of Death, Rhythm Chaser, and then Quixotic here. If you are insane when you depart, gain +1 survival and a strength token. Can't gain the survival, but we can get the strength token. Definitely insane. And Yuka is also insane. Okay. So it takes care of all of that. Oh yeah, I was going to give... I think I already gave it, yeah. 2 insanity from the drums. That's it. That should be everything. Hopefully I didn't forget anything else. As for the hunt track, I went ahead and already set up the order. Herb gathering will be first, of course, and then mineral gathering will be after the overwhelming darkness, and that should help. One thing I forgot about, and this is really only I forgot about it in that dream nightmare scenario where I did the Screaming Antelope instead of the Butcher when I shouldn't have. Song of the Brave has one other effect, which is on arrival, each non-death survivor can remove a negative attribute token, which is actually really useful. Especially since usually Overwhelming Darkness will usually give you a negative token one way or the other. So, that's what we got so far. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else to note. I'm going to go ahead and just check real quick on the showdown stuff. As soon as I find it again. Showdown. There it is. Screaming Antelope. So it's going to be hunt monster, space, space. And then monster, and then level 2 is here. Okay, yep, that is all correct. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Yuka will go first. I don't think there's anything else I need to worry... Oh, right, departing +2 insanity from the leather mask. I need to give that to Renazuki. 9 insanity. Alright. I don't think anything else happens on depart besides the usual stuff. Alright, everything else is fine. Alright, so herb gathering, we kind of already know this one well enough. Just gonna... Got my bookmarks going on here on my book here. Alright, so herb gathering, usual thing. We do have a sickle. It's currently on Shikieki. So, 40-10, I'll do it in order of Yuka, Shikieki, Yorihime, and Renazuki. Nothing, because there's duplicates. Nothing, duplicates. Nothing, duplicates. And 24. Okay, well, yeah, that was... Yeah, if you have any doubles, it's 0, but 9654. Okay, so total is 24. Gain a fresh Acanthus Strange resource, and all survivors gain +1 survival. I was kind of tempted to wait and do it later on, just so I can get a survival point back after spending it. But overall, it's just easier to do this. So fresh Acanthus, like so. Alright, so with fresh Acanthus, we can give this to somebody. We'll give it to Shikieki. Alright, that takes care of that event. Next goes to the hunt event. So, Screaming Antelope, there are 9 hunt events. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Alright. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and shuffle the basic resources. The Fighting Arts, Disorders, Vermin, and Terrain. There we go. And draw. Vomit Pile. Survivors find the half-digested remains of their quarry's last meal. Each survivor may scavenge, gain +1 courage, and roll on the table. Okay. So I do have Tridecanthus, so I might go ahead and get the get Yuka's See the Truth. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So See the Truth is gonna become active. We've seen the event before, so I'm not going to show the picture. Just going to turn some pages and see the truth. Sorry, I'm just trying to mark my other pages so I can go back to it easier. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. Suffer the blind, severe head injury, and taste death. So that's just going to get soaked up by the Tridecanthus, so we don't need to worry about that. And then we'll taste death. We'll roll 1d10. 6. Bitter. When your second eyelids open, everything looked the same. There was no wonder and no mystery. Death was simply everywhere. A bitter flavor filled your mouth as you accepted your harsh reality. Gain the Berserker fighting art and the following ability. Bitter Frenzy. Each showdown, the first time you suffer the frenzy brain trauma, gain gain D10 survival. You may spin survival while frenzied. Really useful. So, we'll go ahead and add this to the bunch. Bitter Frenzy. And then we also got Berserker fighting art, which we have to take, unfortunately. So let's see, Berserker. Once per showdown, you may spend an action to suffer Bash and Frenzy Brain Trauma. So essentially, you'll knock yourself down and gain Frenzy, which is actually really good. So what we'll do here is we're going to replace Mighty Strike because we don't really need it. So being able to spend Survival while Frenzy pretty much negates one of the few penalties that Frenzy has. The other, I mean, you'll still have the penalty of not being able to use specializations or fighting arts, I believe, but you'll at least be able to spend Survival. So we got that going for us. Berserker. So we don't need Mighty Strike anymore. Alright, Berserker gained. Bitter Frenzy. And that's everything. So she's good to go. Next I need to actually roll on this event, so 1d10. 7. You find something undigested and eat it. Gain +1 survival. Okay. And at least that meets that requirement. And then after that, let's see. I'll go ahead and have Renezuki search. Actually, Renezuki, your courage. Oh, yeah, you have courage. I'm just seeing if anyone else can gain benefits from this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and have Renezuki gain a courage and search it as well. So, 1d10. 2, lose all consumable gear. Yeah. So we lose the Tridecanthus. Kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. I'm going to go ahead and have your Hime check. So +1 courage. 10. +1, gain +1. The Antelope is clearly sick at vomiting up pieces of itself. Gain +1 understanding and 1 random screaming Antelope resource. Let's go ahead and shuffle that then. And draw. We get a shank bone. Okay, and then +1 understanding for Yorihime. Nice. Alright, and then I could have Shikieki search, but she'll actually lose 2 pieces of gear if she rolls low, which kind of sucks. And I kind of want to keep the monster grease. It's only a 20% chance of actually getting a resource out of this. So I think I'm going to go ahead and have her sit that one out. Alright, well in any case, since at least one person did scavenge, we don't have to worry about the extra hunt of it, and we can keep moving on. Shikieki is going to do her D100 event. So essentially there's at least a 1% chance that Rinazuki will just die. I just want to point that out, because he can't spend survival. So, and the magic number is 10. If we get 10, Rinazuki is dead. 83. That is not 10. But it could still kill him. Ah, the flesh monolith. We've done this one a few times. The event revealer gains +1 courage and investigates. Alright, Shikieki is the event revealer. We'll roll 1d10. 2, of course. Spend one hands in Technical's grasp, but you spend 1 survival to Brickle 3 or treat it as a 1. I don't want to lose another arm, so we definitely want to go ahead and spend that survival. Alright, and that is it for that event. Alright, I think we've gotten the Flesh Monolith at least 3 times this run. Alright, next is another Antelope event. Teething. Survivors find a trail of large rotting teeth floating on the ground. Each survivor may scavenge, roll 1d10 on the table. Okay. Obviously, we're going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and have Rinazuki search first. 1d10. 3. Nothing. We'll have Yuka search next. 4. Nothing. We need at least a 7 to get anything. Shikieki. 3. And then Yorihime. 9. So, as long as we didn't roll a 1, we wouldn't suffer any damage. We did get the 9, so we do get a large flat-tooth screaming antelope resource. Perfect. That is the wrong deck. There we go. This one. Large flat-tooth. Getting this, survivor of our choice gets +1 insanity. I'm going to pick Yorihime because she needs insanity. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and shuffle that deck. Alright, and that is it for that, so we just move on, because we did scavenge. We've gotten 2 resources so far, so not too shabby. Alright, next is another D100 event. 74. Antler gouged. A great battle for dominance between 2 enormous antelopes has left the stone-faced ground gouged with crisscrossing scars. Each survivor rolls 1d10. I hate this one because it can give you torn muscles, but that's okay. Alright, we're just going to roll 4d10. It'll be in the order of the tabs above. So Yuka, Shikieki, Yorihime, and Rinazuki. Alright, well. No one got... So, nothing happened to everyone except for Rinazuki, who got a torn muscle. So let's go pull up torn muscle. Severe injuries. Not that one. So it's a leg injury, I guess. Torn muscle. Your quadriceps is ripped to shreds. You cannot dash until the showdown ends. Skip the next hunt. Gain 1 bleed token. Alright, so skip next hunt. Gain a bleed token. Can't dash, doesn't matter. He doesn't have survival, so it doesn't matter. Alright, and that is it for that event. So it goes to Rinazuki, who's now limping along. If he still had his Acanthus plant, he could have avoided it, but that's okay. It's a temporary injury. It only lasts for a hunt, so I'm not gonna. That's why I didn't write it down. Anyway, D100 event. 53. Still not. We didn't get the Harvester. 53. The Mask Salesman. The survivors meet a traveling mask salesman on the road. He insists that he has special wares to offer. Shuffle 1 copy of each mask gear from the Mask Maker settlement location and draw 1 at random. The salesman is offering this mask. The event revealer rolls 1d10 to determine the price, then gains the mask. Okay, So it's a little annoying because I have to shift over to the left to read the rest of the table. But first we need to figure out what mask is available. Mask maker. So there are 6 masks, and we'll roll 1d6, and I'll be in the order of those entries. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Phoenix mask. 2 armor. It's mask bone. Other 2 armor to the head. Unique, irreplaceable accessory. If insane, you may dodge 1 additional time per round. That's if you have, of course, 4 red affinities, which is pretty hard to get. Alright, next I need to roll 1d10 just to see what the price is, so I'll go ahead and just do that now before I look it up. 7. So the salesman slowly gestures for an offering. Archive 1 gear of your choice from the gear grid. So he has to get rid of a piece of gear. Whew. This is Renazuki, right? Yeah, it is. So I have to get rid of something here. What's the cheapest thing to get back? Where's the settlement locations? There they are. Leather worker. It takes 1 leather to replace the skirt. So I will do that. So if I buy a leather skirt, we'll replace you in a bit. I'm just going to put an X on it, and then we'll replace it later. I believe I lose the armor. So what we're going to end up losing is a total of 4 to the waist, bringing it down to 3, and then 1 in all the other locations. So, not the end of the world. Thankfully, Shrine and the Shield's going to pretty much protect him. And then we get the mask. So let's go ahead and get that. Phoenix mask. So accessories, I believe that keyword means you can wear it on top of other pieces of armor. So I'm just going to look it up real quick to make sure. Accessory, a gear special rule. Accessory gear may be worn in addition to armor on a hit location. Each accessory specifies the hit location it covers. So the mask covers the head. It's an accessory, so we get another 2 armor to the head. So he has 8 armor in the head. Okay. Everything else he can't really do anything with. So, and that takes care of that event. Next is Overwhelming Darkness. So we'll go ahead and knock that out. So, same thing as before. I'll just roll 4d10 in the order of the top. Everyone's going to be doing Path of the Brave because I have Song of the Brave. So we don't need to worry about any of that. So I'm just going to pull up Overwhelming Darkness. There it is. Okay. So 40-10 in order of the tabs above. Okay. So Yuka, you find a half-dead survivor covered in translucent moths. Ignore them, it losing 1's courage, or spend all your survival to save them, gaining +1 population. I'll get back to that one. 9. With your lantern held high, you cut a path through the darkness, suffer 1 event damage to your arm's location. Done. 3. You punch yourself in the face to chase away doubt, gain a -1 accuracy token. Not a big deal since we have Song of the Brave. And then Renazuki had 5, which is a massive whale swims overhead. Your guts quiver with its booming cries. You vomit in fear, but you keep a brave face. Gain -1 evasion token. After this event, all other survivors will gain +1 survival from your bolt display. Okay, so that actually helps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend all my survival, and I'm going to gain 1 back, like so. Alright, and then Shikiaki is going to gain 1, and everyone else is maxed. And then, what was it? A -1 evasion token. So, -1 evasion token. And that is it. We do get +1 population, so we'll add that to the list. I'll look up. I don't remember if I think I always have been including the benefits of like Clan of Death and things like that, just because it's easier to keep track of. But I'll look up to see if you get a person through an event, do you still get all the other benefits? In fact, I'll probably look it up in a second. Okay. I believe I get everything that's not a newborn survivor benefit. So that's pretty much everything except for Clan of Death. So just so I don't forget, it's going to be +2 strength, +1 evasion, +1 understanding. So misses out on the plus strength, 1 plus strength, the plus accuracy, and a plus evasion. Still, it's a body. So we got that going for us. I honestly don't remember if we've ever gotten that event before. So if I had done it the other way, it's technically not correct, but some people do it anyway just because of housekeeping. But since I do this digitally, it's not too difficult to keep track of it, so I'll just keep it that way. Anyway, that is it for that. We do get +1 population, which is going to bring us up to 28. So we're almost to another additional endeavor. Next is Yorihime. She's going to go ahead and do the mineral gathering. So Shikiaki, I believe, has the pick. Nope, it was Renazuki that has the pick. Anyway, so roll 1d10. 6. You find one iron strange resource among the unyielding stone faces. As you free it, roll 1d10. On a 6+, you'll break the pick. I actually didn't break the pick. That's the first time I've ever had that part that had that result and not break the pick. So that's actually really good. So that means we can actually get the an iron resource, which of course we need that to actually do anything with blacksmithing. Alright, so got an iron resource, good. Without breaking the pick is even better. And then after that, it goes to Yuka doing the monster hunt event. Devoured grounds, the stone-faced ground is littered with the leavings of ravenous passing beasts. Half-eaten acanthus plants are strewn everywhere. If any survivor has 3+ understanding, the survivors may skip the next hunt space. Otherwise, roll a random hunt event. Alright, so we definitely want to skip the next hunt space, which doesn't really matter because we get to fight the antelope. Alright, so, antelope time. First things first, the arrival events, Quixotic, of course, triggers, which I've already noted. Shikiaki is going to gain 3 insanity because of her leggings. And then the rest will be taken care of now. Alright. So, usual setup. And then we get a bug patch. Did I delete the bug patch? I might have deleted a bug patch. Alright, well, we grab a bug patch then. That might be a problem, actually, because I have to go find it. I don't think I named it properly. Bug. Oh, I got it. Perfect. Yeah, I noticed I was missing an acanthus plant too, so I think I accidentally deleted it, and that's what happened. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it goes 5 spaces down. Get those done. Alright, I've already shuffled for terrain, so I'll just need to draw them. So we need to draw... Well, actually, we need to actually get these cards out first. So shuffling it was kind of useless. And the bug patch. There it is. Okay. And then shuffle. Okay. Canthus plants, Canthus plants. And bug patch. And then 1 and 2. Alright, debris and tall grass. That is somewhat useful. So tall grass. And then we get the last acanthus plants as part of the bracers, I think. Alright. So 6 spaces away from all other acanthus plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like so. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So what we can do here... something like that. Okay. And then I'm not really sure where I'm going to put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll set up like that, so I can go after the bug patch. Technically, I should probably have somebody else do that. Specifically, Shikiaki. Yeah, I might have her do it. That works for me. Alright. She'll do her thing. Alright, anything else to set up? We need to get the tall grass where it needs to be. Has to be 4 spaces away from each other, I believe. Yep, 4 spaces away. I don't really plan on using the tall grass or anything, because just how it's set up, it's just not going to be super useful. Okay, and then we need to get the deck set up. So, Screepy Antelope. Location deck, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And then shuffle, 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 shuffle. And then we need to get 10 and 5. There we go, 15 cards. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Like so. Don't remember if I shuffled. Shuffled. Alright. Put you guys more down here. A little bit out of the way. Alright, anything else of note? No, Monster will go first. Monster Controller right now is going to shift over 1 to Shikiaki. And yeah, I believe we can go ahead and get started. Just trying to think if there's anything else I could have forgotten about. But nothing's coming to mind. So, top card. Stomp and Snort. Random Survivor in range. So its range right now is... It has a movement of 8, I believe. So... Yeah, nothing's in range, so it's going to graze. So, full moves to the closest acanthus plant in its turn, and then eats it. So, all it's going to do this round is going to do this, eat that plant. Then Diabolical is going to trigger. Also, apparently, I did have a fresh acanthus plant. So, we'll just delete that. Oh, and there's the bug patch I couldn't find. Here, we're just gonna swap. Let's try that again. Undo that. There you go. All right. Then diabolical is going to trigger. There are no targets, so it's just going to full charge forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like so. All right. It is now our turn. I'm going to have Shikiaki go first. We're going to search the debris. Shikiaki does have the Screaming Bracers, which gives a +2 whenever activating terrain. So we'll roll 1d10 +2. 4. 4 is you get a random basic resource, which is actually a result I wanted. So that actually helps out. 1 basic resource. Boop. And then we can archive this terrain. And then Canthus plant is going to be what I'm going to go after next. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll it now. 7. +1 survival. So what's going to happen is I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move on top of this plant. I'm going to surge, which is going to spend a survival, and then I'm going to gain back a survival. So that's all that's going to happen there. One. Okay, that's correct. I was just, for some reason I'm like failing in counting. Anyway, that is. I'm going to go ahead and dash with Shikiaki as well. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dash with her. So I can get to her to there for next round. Next, I'm going to go ahead and have Renazuki search the Acanthus plant. 5, which I think is +1 survival. Yeah, it is. And then I'm going to have him move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then next is going to be everyone else. I'm going to go ahead and have Yuka go first. 1, 2, 3. She'll attack with her sword, scrap sword. Actually, I'm going to do Yorihime first. Oh, also on arrival, just to show it on the card again. Song of the Brave does, you can remove, each non-death survivor may remove a negative attribute token. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I should have, so. Which further nullifies things like Overwhelming Darkness, so it's very helpful. Alright, so what the plan is, I'm going to go ahead and attack with Yorihime. I'm going to attack in place so I can move after. And I'm going to use Blood Paint to activate Beast Knuckle for both sides. No other bonuses from what I can tell. So I'll roll the first attack, which is going to be speed 5. Beast Knuckle is 2 speed. It's paired, so it's 4 speed, and then I have +1 speed because of the full White Lion set. So, and then I hit on 5s. Why am I lagging? That is some epic lag right there. I have never had lag this. Oh, there it is. A connection to the server has been interrupted. Nice. Well, I will be right back. Okay. So I actually lost connection temporarily, so I had to kind of wait that out. Seems to be okay. The roll did finish, so there's the result right down there. I hit on 5s because it's 6 accuracy, and Yorihime has +1 accuracy, so it goes down to 5. So I hit twice. This is just with the first barrage of attacks. Delicate inverted knee, and the restless back. We'll go for the knee first. It's going to be 1d10 plus 7. 4 strength because of the knuckle, and then 3 strength because of Yorihime's base strength. 12. This thing has toughness 10, so it does wound. Now it's minus. It's now only need 11 toughness to wound because whenever I wound, it does -1 toughness until end of attack. So next location is another wound. There we go. As our start. All right, and then I have to do the other part of the attack, which is another 3 attacks. 2 base and then +1 because of the white lion set bonus. So 3d10. 3 hits this time. Alright, I will go for the tongue first. It's -2 toughness. It's back up to 12 toughness, by the way, just because this is classified as a separate attack. Alright, if the die result is even, suffer 1 brain damage. So unfortunately, she's going to go down to 0 sanity. But it is a wound. That takes care of the tongue. I don't have any specializations on Yorihime yet. Next, I'm going to go for the Restless Shank, because no one's behind it right now. Another wound. It would kick in the blind spot, but no one's in the blind spot yet. And then Gnarled Horns. Okay, and that's another wound. So 5 wounds. Not too shabby. And then I'm going to have her move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to have her dash and surge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. And I'm going to search one of the acanthus plants. 1d10. 6. I believe I get back a survival point. I do. Nom 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 nom. Alright, now I'll have Yuka go. And for Yuka, I'm actually going to go to the blind spot and attack. So 2d10. Scrap Sword is 5 accuracy, I believe. And then Yuka has +1 accuracy, so that brings it down to 4. And then blind spot brings it down to 3. So I hit on 3s. 2d10, 1 hit. Alright. Restless Shoulder, nothing too special there. 1d10 +3 for weapon, +2 from necklace. And then +5 from strength. Failed to wound. There you go. Alright, in that case I'll go ahead and surge. I'll roll to see if I keep the point. I do. 2d10, hitting on 3s. Perfect hit and regular hit. That means the weapon does sharpen and gets an additional 4 strength. So instead of +10, I will get +14, which is ridiculous. Alright, top 2 cards. Let's see if trap card. Nope, no trap card. Super Dense and Ferocious Spasm. Okay. I am specialized in sword, so I can roll first and then pick the location. So 1d10 +14. That is a crit because of Deadly on the Scrap Sword. Gives me +1 luck, so that means she crits on 9s and 10s. So I will apply that to the Giant Teeth, get her wound that she needed, and get 1 Screaming Antelope resource. Okay, got a pelt out of that. And then we'll go for the next one. Okay, crit, but this thing can't be critted, unfortunately, and it's going to do basic action. Alright. Oh yeah, what was going to... Oh no, that's fine. We didn't wound that one location, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so it's going to do basic action. It has +1 speed, so it's going to attack 3 times. And I can't counter. Because I was the attacker. So, 3d10. Probably hit with all of those. So it's 2 accuracy. Yuka has 1 evasion, brings up 3. And then it goes up to 4 because of the Rawhide Vest. So all 3 attacks hit, unfortunately. Head, arms, and looks like waist. And they each do 2 damage. Alright, and that is it for that. Okay. That's it for that. Okay. Goes to Monster's turn, I believe. Unless I want to. I've already surged. That doesn't. All I can really do now is dash if I wanted to. So we'll go ahead and move Monster Controller over. Bite, closest survivor in field of view. That is Yuka. It's going to get 2 attacks because it gets +1 speed because it's level 2. Hits on 2. It's base accuracy 2. I have 4. I have 2 evasion, so it brings it up to 4s. So both attacks actually missed. And after that result is done, I'm going to go ahead and have Yuka dash. I'll roll to see if I keep the point. She doesn't. And now she's out of survival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Takes care of all of that. And then it goes to, it's going to do Diabolical. There are no targets, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is it. Now it's our turn. I'll have Shikiyaki check the bug pile. 1d10 plus 2. 6 on the bug pile gives us a random vermin resource, which I've shuffled already, I think. I'll shuffle it one more time. Crab spider, perfect. That gives us another hide. Alright, takes care of the bug patch. Bug patch has been resolved. Then she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She'll actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then she'll surge. And she's going to go ahead and attack with the cleaver. So, Butcher's Cleaver, 2 speed, 5 accuracy, 5 strength. So, 2d10. Both hit. Restless Hoof and Ear. I'll go for the ear first. So 1d10 plus 5 for the cleaver, and Shikiyaki has 2 strength. Oh, she has Rhythm Chaser. I forgot. So she gets +1 evasion token. Alright. So 1d10 plus 7 in total, I believe is what I said. That is a total of 15, which is a wound. Now it's for the ear, and then for the hoof. A crit to the hoof. Get a Streaming Antelope resource. It's going to be a Spiral Horn. Persistent injury, so we'll keep this up here. That's it. I don't think Shikiyaki has minus luck, so yeah, she is good to go. Anything else of note? Nope, just destroyed hoof. Alright. Takes care of that. So got that wound. That's good. Everyone. So the only person that still needs to actually get a wound in is Renazuki. So I'm going to go ahead and move him in. 1, 2, 3. He has reach thanks to the counterweight axe. 2 attacks. And +1 accuracy. So hits on 5s. I'm not in the blind spot because I'm a space away, but I'm at least immune to the initial effects of the trap card. So 2d10, 2 hits. Alright, no trap. Pallet. Alright. I'll go for the pallet first. 1d10. Counterweight axe is 4 strength, and Renazuki has 3 strength and a token, so a total of 8 strength. 11 is a fail to wound, but he is specialized in axe. When attacking with an axe, if your wounded tip fails, you may ignore it and attempt to wound the selected hit location again. So I'll ignore it and roll again. Okay, that is a wound, which means he'll be able to get his specialization stuff. That was for the palate, and then for the throat. Another wound, just barely. That takes care of that. So we're down to 10 cards left in the Antelope deck. He's good to go now. I'm going to go ahead and search an Acanthus plant with Yucca. 6. Gain a survival point. So gain a survival point back. Actually, I'm going to grab the one that's under here. There we go. I'll go ahead and search the other plant. So first, do I keep the point? I do not. Search the plant. Gain an Acanthus plant. So back down to no survival, but we do get the fresh Acanthus plant, which we haven't gotten that many. We've only gotten 2 so far. Alright. And then everyone's gone except for Yorihime at this point. I'm going to go ahead and move Yorihime to here to the blind spot and make my attacks. I'll go ahead and do blood paint because I'm crazy. 5d10. Hit on 4s now. Alright, 4 hits. Probably going to hit a trap card at this point. Yep, there it is. Trap card. Also, survivors adjacent to the monster suffer 2 brain damage per turn, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocked down. And then Shikiaki loses 4 sanity. Yorihime's going into trauma, because of course she is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocked down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so I need to roll for trauma. 1d10. 5. Danger seizure, you thrash about wildly, dealing 1 damage to yourself and every adjacent survivor. Gain no random disorder and 1d5 insanity. Alright. Damage to her arms. No one else is adjacent. Gained 1 insanity, which is not helpful. And I need to get a random disorder. Hoarder, of course. Alright. We'll go ahead and add that to the list. I was actually thinking of bringing Race in, but she was a hoarder and she was going to take an item, so I was like, I don't really want to deal with that. I mean, it's pretty safe since I have so many Acanthus plants usually, but still, it's a little annoying. Alright, so we got Hoarder. Not really useful in combat, but just for posterity. And then we get the shuffle of the deck. Okay, deck shuffled. And that is it for all of that. Yeah, let's go ahead and shift on over. Renizuki as monster controller. Top card. Chow down. Okay. Full move with the Screaming Antelope to the closest Acanthus plant. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eats. Just barely got in range. And then gets what? 5 heal? 5 heal. 3. Alright. Move top 3 cards. I'm just going to do it this way. Put it on the bottom without looking. And then put this back on top without looking. Well, it's already looked at. And then Next is going to trample. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, it's going to do 2 damage to Yorihime's legs. And then 2 damage to Renazuki's waist. And knock him down. Okay. It's now our turn. Yorihime and Shikieki will get up because they got knocked down during their turn, rather than during Survivor turn, not Monster turn. Shikieki will go ahead and spend a Survival to get Renazuki back on his feet. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend an action with Shikieki to do Orator of Death. Once per showdown, you may spend an action to have all non-death survivors gain +2 insanity. So, +2, +2. So now Shikieki's insane again. Yorihime is still pretty vulnerable, unfortunately. And so forth. Alright. Done with all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shikieki, yeah, you have 6 movement. Alright. Oh, you were knocked down, so that takes care of evasion. Alright. So yeah, she lost her evasion token because she got knocked down. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and have Renazuki get out of the way and search the Acanthus plant. 1d10. 5, gain a survival point, not helpful. And then we'll go ahead and have Yorihime do her attacks. Hopefully she doesn't kill herself. So 5d10. That is 3 hits, or sorry, 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trap card again. That was the second card from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And knocked down. And it's just going to go into the wall. And then I need to roll for brain trauma. 9. New perspective, knockdown, and 1d10 insanity. 9 insanity, so now she has that 9. Yeah, she didn't have that box filled in. She could have almost tanked that trap card. Alright, so that's that. She's knocked down again. Not much we can do about it. I'm going to go ahead and move in with Yuka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Oh, come on! Alright. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get knocked down. Shuffle. One of these days again. Alright, well, she could tank the sanity, so it's not a big deal there. Shikieki has already shouted somebody, so that is it for that. So what's going to happen now is Monster Controller is going to shift over to Yuka. Did I do a wound earlier? Is that what happened? Did I shuffle by accident? I think I accidentally shuffled by accident. Yeah, that should have been on top. I'm just going to shuffle that. Yeah, I think I accidentally shuffled it and it wasn't supposed to. Alright, I don't know how that happened because I don't recall doing it, but that's okay. So top card should have been Chowdown. I mean, unless it was in here. I don't think it was, though, because it would have been on top if that was the case. Alright, if there are no Acanthus plants on the board, discard Chowdown and perform basic action. Alright, so it's discarded, basic action. Basic action is closest knockdown survivor in range. I'll roll 1d2. 1 is Yorihime, 2 is Yuka. It's going to go after Yorihime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to go ahead and attack. 3d10. Yorihime has 1. She has 2 evasion, so it's going to hit on 4s. So 1 hit. Going to do 2 damage to her head. I'll go ahead and tank it. Actually, no, I will dodge it. Okay. Then it's going to trample through us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, it has to pick a random target. So 1d3, 1 is Renazuki, 2 is Yorihime, and 3 is Yuka. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So it's going to do 2 damage to Yorihime's body. Lag there for a second, I was a little concerned. And then for Yuka, it's going to be her waist. Gradually taking damage there. Alright. It's now our turn again. We'll get up, thankfully. Yorihime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make your attacks, 5d10. Hit on 4s because I'm in the blind spot. So 3 hits. If it's the top card again, I'm reshuffling. I'm just going to say that now. There you go. So it's just really, really bad luck, it looks like. Alright, I'll go for the giant teeth first. 1d10 plus 7. Was that the case? Yeah, 7. Alright, 1d10 plus 7. Not a crit, unfortunately. Because these don't have deadly. Okay, and then we'll go with the ear next. Yeah, ear's fine. Lag. There we go. I did wound with the previous attack, so that does do -1 toughness. So it goes down to oh, it's 10 toughness. It's not 11. I don't know, for whatever reason I thought it was 12 toughness. It's only 10, so it goes down to 9. So I mean, either way, it would have. I still have wounded with pretty much every attack except for the natural ones. So that was what? Ear, top guard, palate, and that was palate. No dangers to that. Okay. All right, and then I have to do the other 3 attacks. 3 hits. First strike, you must strike this location first. If the attacker is insane, cancel all hits. So it's going to cancel all the hits because she's insane. Okay. And that is it for that. I'll go ahead and search with her. She's not frenzied, so she should be able to do it. Same thing, 5 attacks. And then 3 attacks after that. 5 attacks. That is 5 hits, so that's definitely going to hit a trap card. Nope, I didn't hit a trap card. Alright, I'll go for the muzzle first. Actually, no, I will go for the inner thigh first. Alright, 11 is a wound to the inner thigh, so now it gets -1 movement. There we go. Next, I will go for the back. Critical hit. So that's a crushed spine. Alright. I will go after the muzzle next. That's a wound to the muzzle. I will go after the flank next. So whenever you wound with the beast knuckle, it does -1 toughness until end of attack. I've already wounded, so it's going to be 9 toughness exactly. So I did actually wound with that attack. and then Giant Mouth. And that's it. That's a kill. So that finishes off the Screaming Antelope. So not too bad. It got a little messy, but luckily I was worried about Yorihime because obviously the trap card meant instant brain trauma and potential death. But other than that, not too shabby. And even before we actually have divvied up loot, we're getting six resources. Actually, we're getting 9 resources because we got iron and 2 acanthus plants as well. So overall, it's been really, really good. We did lose stuff. We lost a number of things, but that's not the end of the world. We also got a Phoenix Mask, which is really good. So first things first, let's do the hunt experience. So 2 hunt experience, Yuka levels, Yorihime levels. Urnazuki is essentially 1 fight from retirement, +1 axe proficiency, guitar specialization, axe proficiency, sword proficiency. She's 1 away from mastery, which will be awesome. So let's go ahead and roll 2d10 for Yuka first. 6. So let's take a look at that age event. +1 permanent evasion. This is for Lucky Elder. Age is the rarest resource of all. Alright, so +1 evasion for her. Not bad. And then for Yorihime, I need to roll again. So it'll just be for her first one. 14, which is a random fighting art. Extra sense. Not bad. Okay. And then next we need to do the actual awards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 basic resources. And then 7 Screaming Antelope resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all of that, and then all of this. All right. I did get a flat tooth. I will give +1 insanity to Shikieki. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at all this before I call it a video. Lots of bone. Okay. Don't need any of these anymore. Put that away as well. Alright. I'm just trying to get these a little bit sorted. A lot of bone and little bits of everything else. Overall, not too shabby. So, it looks like 8 bone, 4 hide, 4 organs, a love juice, a random, and 5 hide, because the crab spider. And then on top of that, we have an iron and 2 acanthus resources, or fresh acanthus, and a phoenix mask. So overall, really, really good. Definitely have no complaints. And yeah, I'll go ahead and call this a video. I am the Depressed Dior, and this was Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. See you guys next time.